Okay, what you want. What can I say about this one? This was a cool writing experience. It was Tim and Terry and I camped out at my place in New York for about a month, and we were just hammering it out in my living room. Like, I was at the piano, they were working on the riff in the verse, and I just started playing along, and that one kind of came together really fast. Like, we all knew we were onto something really cool, and we're getting really excited about it. It's funny, we had two studios going, one in the living room and one up on the top level. So I could be working on lyrics and stuff while they were kind of working on the music, and they would come visit each other and play around. And I remember being like a little bit embarrassed when I wrote the verse. Lyrics and melody, just the melody even, I had to do what you want, that part. I was like, oh man, they're gonna make fun of me and think that I'm Janet Jackson or something, but screw it, I'm gonna show it to them anyway. And they were like, no, that's really cool, the hook is what's cool about it. I'm so glad they feel that way because it's really fun to sing. Made of Stone. This is one of the oldest songs. This is something that was from that sort of more electronic phase that I was going through a couple of years ago. I love this one. I feel like it's strong and defiant and badass, and it only got better when the band started really being involved in it and writing that guitar part and everything about it. I feel like it popped up in a big way when the guys got involved, but I've always loved that one. I think it has a really cool, dark, sexy quality. The song for a long time was called Purple, so we're all still getting used to calling it The Change. Yeah, this song came together with the band when we were at pre-production. Just really writing as a band. This is a cool story. We lived in 2 apartments in Nashville when we were making the record for like 6 months, because we were writing down there and then recording and blah, blah, blah. Tim and I were in one apartment, and Will and Troy and Terry were in the other apartment, and we wanted to work on some ideas, both of us separately, and then bring things to the table in the morning and try to write a new song. And I was like, let's take the same tuning guitar home so that maybe, you know, if we both come up with some cool ideas, it'll work together. Who knows, you know, at least we'll be in the same key. So we did, and Tim and I were working on something really cool and got this neat thing going, which was really the verse, and I came up with the chorus melody idea and stuff. And we came in the next day, and the other guys had this really neat guitar part, and weirdly enough, that guitar part they were working on and the verse that we had that we were so like into totally worked together, and it's like these 2 contrasting, neat guitar parts that work together. I mean, they tweaked them a little bit to make it work right, but it was a cool, happy accident there. My heart is broken. Let's see. This was another one from that session when we wrote What You Want. Actually, the song, at first, we were jamming, Tim and Terry and I actually was playing that piano part on the harp, because it was a lot slower and a little bit easier. And then it just got faster and faster at pre-production with the band. And when we got into recording it, I was like, cool, get at the harp. And I was like, nah, this is not possible anymore. It's way fast. So it's a piano part. Actually, I think it sounds better as a piano part. It's more prominent. It's a stronger instrument, so you're hearing it a little bit more. I love that song. It's definitely one of the more passionate tracks on the album, and I hope that that's the 2nd single. I think it might be. This is one that evolved over time too. You know, we had the start for it from one session a few months before, and it wasn't finished, and then we worked on it with the band, and it really grew into something. This is a cool song that we all really love. I think as a group it's one of our favorites on the record, and to play too. It's a really fun song to play. It's about loss, but not so much mourning for the dead as much as committing yourself to being together again in another life. Okay, Erase This used to be called Vanilla. Also, we're getting used to that name. This was one of the very last ones to finish. I was writing lyrics throughout the recording process. Like, I'd always have homework at night. I'd be working in the studio and going for it, and I'd be going home and finishing lyrics to songs before we got there, which was crazy. I'm not really like that. There's always a little bit of writing going on in the studio, but for me, I usually have the songs really mapped out vocally before we go in. But since we did so much writing in that pre-production phase, I had a lot of lyrics to write. The lyrics take me the longest. Like, we'll come up with the music and the melodies, but then I have to really spend some serious, deep thinking time alone.